Now, I think his points were right in that some of these teams that have stayed together may or may not value a roster change, and that's the thing that you've always got to weigh up. Do you get rid of a long-standing member and try someone else at this stage of the season? Scary thought, really. But we are going to get into game then. Fnatic versus Alternate. White Knight, the substitute here for Alternate, going to be bringing Quinn to the table. Let's see if it's more successful than the Quinn that we saw last week being played by Spontex as he stepped in for Gambit whilst Darian was away.
Well, he didn't go for the ward there that got placed down, so it was a little slow to react there. They could have possibly got that, I'm not too sure. Jerry going to be warding out the bushes, so... And of course, don't forget this is Cyanide. Cyanide and Nunu. We saw Cyanide and Nunu before, and that was against Alternate, if you remember, in Moscow. And he still had things stolen from him. He had 2 dragons stolen. He was Nunu. You can't get stuff stolen from you when you're on Nunu. But apparently it is possible. And it was even a piercing arrow, I think, that stole one of the dragons, if my memory serves correct, back in Moscow. If you've not seen that game, ladies and gentlemen, check it out on VOD. But not right now, because we've got 3 more games to go. We do see an invade, though, coming out from Alternate. Are they going to push straight in? Looks like Peke is off on the side, so Peke is going to be starting in the bottom lane, which means we're going to have a duo lane of Yellowstar and Pusho in the mid.
Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a change-up of things, I think, for Fnatic. With this Quinn coming in, I think maybe have thrown a bit of a spanner into the works in terms of planning and how they were going to go down. One thing's for sure, though, you've got a Nunu. Going for an early invade is basically what you're going to do, because that consume at level 1 is redonkulously strong. There's a ward put down. Actually not going to spot anyone from Alternate in this. Okay, there's a ward on that top side as well, which I missed. So Fnatic know that Alternate have a 4-man team there sat ready and waiting for them. And Cyanide has started to back things away from that. They're still hiding in that bush off to the side, though, but I think they realize they don't want to overstay a welcome.
Yeah, they were sticking around a little bit longer. They thought about, have we got it? They were assessing the damage potential early on. It seems it wasn't going to work out. Kraton's on his own in the bottom lane, though, because, of course, we saw that J-Ree stuck around, or J-Ree as he's currently known in the game for some reason. But he stuck around and helped out in that support in that jungle area, which means Kraton's going to be off on his own. A little bit scary at the moment, honestly, against the Zed, but Zed's not going to be too damaging. Kraton, though, Cyanide is going to get caught out. Flash out already used up there. Wasn't able to get that blue steal on just simply by a little bit of an interrupt from a support and AD carry.
Yeah, a little bit scary times there for Cyanide, having to make sure he gets away as White Knight just vaulted in there. We'll see how this all works out for them, having White Knight and J-Ree pairing up whilst you've got Creatine farming on his own in that bottom lane. We're going to have Aranea trying to make an impact here on towards these lanes as he gets himself that blue buff all sewn up. Top lane is the most normal of them all right now, funnily enough, with Shen versus Kennen.
So, I'm just looking around here. Cyanide's actually felt quite far behind already on Aranea because he's got that red and blue buff. He's already going in to see if he can get the steal. Blue buff's only just being picked up by Cyanide. Had to use his smite, so he can't even come in and try and smite steal this one away from Aranea. So Aranea is going for the steal right now. Has got his smite available in a couple of seconds. So Fnatic going to come in for this one. Aranea already realizing this is a little bit too dangerous play. He might be able to get the smite. And don't forget, he can repel. Has got flash available as well. There's going to repel. Gets across towards Yellowstar. Flashes into the pit. Beautifully done, but the rest of the team going to follow through. And that's a double buff for Pushu. But the Dragon actually starting up because the Aqua Prisoner was on Peke. So Peke is going to get low as well. We'll see how that works out, though. Pushu with the double buff in the mid now.
That's a really dangerous prospect here, losing those double buffs as Kerp in the top lane. Also taking a lot of hammer here from Soaz. Started off Doran, shielded Kerp, as we've seen him do before. Creatine here down in that bottom lane. Don't think he did too much danger. I can't imagine that Peke, although he's got pots running, would end up really diving in on top of him with that. But yeah, just to mention that Shen again, starting off Doran's shield, maximum security really at that early level, but Kennen starting Doran's blade as well, and he's hard to deal with when he's got that extra damage for his auto attacks as well.
Yeah, we're going to keep our eye on how much farm keeps developing for Pusho in that mid lane. And honestly, Aranea, I mean, the fact that he did get the red, he did die, which was not great, but he did get all 3 buffs. And I don't think Cyanide got an assist. No, he didn't. So he's actually lost out in that. He is still a level behind. So we'll see how much of a damage that can happen on the jungle. We do see Aranea looking like he's going on towards an aggressive Soaz here. Kennen is going to have Flash and Ignite available. Kerp's starting to collapse in towards him. They're going to come around, uses the Spider to try and get vision of him. They have got Shadow Dash. They land the Shadow Dash. The Cocoon comes in. This should be a dead Soaz. I don't believe he's going to be able to get out of this one. He is going down. Who's going to pick up the kill? It's going to be Aranea.
Yeah, that Spider leg just extending out there to get the final hits. But look at this, Fnatic with that double buff in the middle lane. Pushu able to spam those traps out to throw the Piltover Peacemakers constantly at those minion waves. There's been constant pressure then onto that turret, and they've managed to take it down very early here. They're 1-1 kills. As you said, they did manage to get that double buff earlier on, which has hindered Aranea somewhat, but at the same time, he got those buffs in the first place anyway, and Cyanide can't, because of that, really afford to get in there, in my opinion.
Yeah, and he got the blue buff on, of course. He did also use the Blood Boil on Caitlyn. That's going to be something that will come into play later on. Cyanide now going to start moving in here. Going to try and use that Ice Blast. Going to consume, keep his health up high just as Soaz comes in. They should be able to save that turret, but it's taken a hell of a beat in there, and that's already down about third health. So Kirp's going to go back and buy. Probably could even maybe get himself a Giant Spell. Yes, he can.
Yeah, Giant Spell, that's going to keep him a lot safer and alleviate some of that pressure that Soaz has been putting his way from this one. Peke doing a good job of farming up here as well. 38 CS to the 31 of Quinn if we're comparing, and Pushu, of course, already talked about that double buff from First Blood. He is up to 47 to the 36 that Ezreal's managed to get in that solo lane against what is effectively a melee champion. But Xpeke is going to go in onto Creatinea. Deathmark going to trigger, but not doing all that much damage.
No, he wasn't really up for that one. He realized that as soon as he went for it, it's like, oh, I'm not really doing as much as I should be here. But Creaton, despite the fact he is off on his own farming away, he's got to be very careful. And you can see, against Pushu, he's fell a long way behind in CS already. He's going to have Aranea coming down at the moment. They know that Peke's ultimate's down for a few seconds. It's a pretty quick cooldown, but by the time Aranea gets there, oh, there's already a ping on him. They've spotted him already, so he's not going to be able to catch out anything sneaky on Peke.
So there you see the difference already. Look at Kurt's health to that, Soaz manages to get a taunt underneath the tower to draw a couple of hits in there, and that makes it so much easier, that Giant Spell now for him to be farming. He's going to be farming underneath his turret the whole time. Question is here, can Aranea land a cocoon onto either of these two Fnatic men that are kind of coming in and kind of scared because they know that he's there? They walk straight over the top of a ward. And
aggressive stuff from Pushu, going straight for that BF sword, trying to get around that mid lane, mid-game slow poker for Caitlyn will receive. But of course, the fact that Cyanide is there on Nunu, I was about to say Soaz, because he has played it before in that top lane, remember?
Just as wicked.
Yeah, just as wicked. The fact that he has got that Blood Boil is going to help out that mid lane, mid-game disadvantage that he's going to have, and they're going to really be tower pushing heroes right now. Ooh, thought about going for the Shadow Dash across him, could have taunted him up, but I don't think really got the damage to back that up. Jerry's got next to no mana, and that turret is already nearly down.
Look at Aranea. He's still there in the bottom lane. He's been so patient right now. It's unbelievable.
He is a spider.
He is a spider. He's just going to sit there and, you know, just scare you slowly for a while as you wonder if he's going to drop off your ceiling and start terrorizing you. That's what spiders do best. But Cyanide is still hanging around in that lane. There we go. Ooh. Finally comes out and Cocoon will miss. He went in with a True Shot Barrage straight after. That might be enough to force Xpeke out of lane, though.
Yeah, but that's delayed him a long time. Cyanide's still not gained the experience on him just yet, but that's delayed him for a very, very long time in the jungle. And you can see everything is respawned completely across the jungle. I expect him to be actually keeping the blue buff, though. I'm not too sure whether he's going to give that across to White Knight. He's still sticking around. He's persistent.
He is persistent, and before he was at least stood in the experience range, which, you know, because Cyanide was bottom lane anyway, it's kind of a trade-off. Neither of them are getting massive farm or anything from that jungle, so no, that was the trade-off that he was willing to make. But since Cyanide has backed off, he's going to do the same. Pushu continues to hammer away at these minions and get that lane pushed right up towards his turret, and he's going to be looking for the second turret of the game. Aranea will get the blue, to answer your question.
Yeah, he's going to have that blue buff away. We'll see whether he keeps on round. Remember, he did take the red buff as well. He may well go for an invade again here, which he looks like he is doing. Remember, he has the timing on that red buff, so he could just come around. Instead, they're going to start off the dragon, getting straight in for it. They have 4 members all collapsing in towards it. Alternate going to take this one.
Yeah, I can't see Fnatic getting in this one, but they've taken down the second turret of the game. We are just going to see heightened sensors being used there by Quinn, just to make sure that no one's actually hanging around inside of those brushes as they come down towards Dragon. And that's a great pickup in response to that tower that Fnatic take.
And this is actually going to be a red steal as well by Fnatic. They push that top lane right the way up to the inner turret. And Pushu now is going to take himself a red buff. We see that it is going to be J-Ree. J-Ree has been all across the map right now. I'm wondering how much that's going to hamper him. You can see he's already a level behind. Hasn't got his ultimate just yet, so that wave is not going to be available while you already see Yellowstar has that crescendo now. Though didn't take it at level 6.
Either that or he's not skilled it just yet, as we are going to see Peke actually going in here on towards Creaton, but guess what? Shen's on the map. You are in trouble now, Peke. There's the flash taunt. True Shot Barrage comes through. Kurt gets the kill.
Yeah, I don't think Yellowstar took that level 6. I'm trying to look at it myself. There it is. Yeah. He's just took the skill. He just hadn't taken it when he'd gone back. Okay, but nevertheless, that is a very good kill in the bottom lane. Cyanar's going to be taking the red buff away. Creaton and Kerp should be able to push on towards this tower. They haven't really done a great deal of damage towards it. Jerry's going to join them, but already Pushu and Yellowstar, they're going to react to this one. They're going to get back in time to clear out that wave. They have got Crescendo if they require it, if they try and do some sort of suicidal dive on towards them. And they do clear out the waves, so they continue to keep the pressure on. 2-0 in turrets for Fnatic. They are really doing a good job at pushing the lanes. Yeah, Pusher and Yellowstar have been really impressive when it comes to that. I mean, making sure they stay together, keeping the damage high. As I said, that double buff that he got earlier on really helped in terms of the mid lane. The extra cooldown and mana regen for just spamming out those traps behind the turret here, and also those Piltover Peacemakers to clear the waves themselves onto the turret really helped things out. And so as he is actually going in on towards RNA, is going to pop the ultimate, flashes in. He's just about out of range. The Ignite is ticking. Is he going to survive? Yes, just about there. RNA gets away with about 35 health. On a slither of health, and he manages to escape that one, but it's going to be a 3-man push in the bottom lane. You could say they're pushing it real good right now because they've got the Blood Boil in there on Pushu, and they're going to keep the pressure on towards that turret. And you can see they're going to get the ace in the hole. He's actually going to get blocked off by Jamie. That's dangerous because Crescendo is still available. If they push back in for this one, I might see them go aggressive. Where is the top lane, though? The top lane is going to be a gank on towards White Knight. White Knight switching into Valor form, and he's just going to zip away. There's no way you can catch him. No, you can't. That's the great thing about the split pushing with Quinn. You just can't catch him when he's that ultimate in there. It's a very difficult thing to do. You've got to have like boots of mobility and plus 10 with Blood Boil on, and probably use a flash to keep in anywhere sort of range. Right now, True Shot Barrage has been used by Creaton to stop this push on that tower, and as you said, Blood Boil for Caitlyn here is just a godsend for Pushy. Although he's losing out in his trade, Tidal Wave comes through, they're going to go down, but the Crescendo comes in, actually missing pretty much everyone. Here's the repel from Aranea into Pushy, who's barriered up. Aranea's gone too deep here, he's going to go down. Pushy gets the kill. J-Ree has to flash away. Where's the snowball? You are not leaving. J-Ree's down. It's a double kill for Pushy. Wow, that was a little bit too deep there. As you said, Aranea went diving in towards it, and that barrier bait that Pushy had seemed to work wonders. He's got to be really careful here, Creaton, because Ace in the Hole is up in a few moments, and if they can get a little bit of poke on towards him, follow it up with that Ace in the Hole, he will go down. But this is going to be the third turret, 3-0, unanswered for Fnatic now, and this is a very different game from what we saw in Moscow. Right now, though, Alternate are going in for that outer turret in the mid lane. This could possibly be their first turret. They've got none up until now, and XPK is going to be the one to try and defend this one as he gets rid of those minions. White Knight just having a look there. The Titan sensors to see if anyone was actually coming in from the sides. In the end, nobody there. He's just going to back away. But Pecky has managed to keep that turret alive. That's the key point in that. So, we've got a small break. Let's take a look at what exactly has been going on. Infinity Edge has been completed by Pusher already. That's pretty quick. 13 minutes gone into the game. Getting very aggressive on that one's going to have Berserker Greaves as well to follow that one up. Meanwhile, we see Blade of the Rune Kings being built by both White Knight and Creaton. They should be in there soon. Peke, of course, he went straight for the Brutalizer. We'll see whether he goes in straight for a Last Whisper or something to follow up with a bit of a penetration. But meanwhile, Soaz, he's gone for the standard. Oh, setup, and Pusher's got caught. Yeah, he's safe from this one. Shadow Dash already used, and he just uses the net to get himself back over to safety and actually back towards a little bit more farm here for him. He's a little bit ahead in terms of the farm compared to Ezreal, but it's the kills that really matter here from Pushu. That great barrier bait earlier on that got him the double in that bottom lane is really setting him ahead from Ezreal. Already got that Infinity Edge in there, which, again, to touch on it, because of the fight, oh, forget that, because they're diving in towards Creaton, but here comes Stan United once again. They're going to try and turn this one around. Here comes the ultimate out of Cyanide, and it does a ton of damage. Auto attack will actually finish off, and now they may have Kerp away. XPK going to go down. There is a slicing Maelstrom, and Kerp, he's a tanky fellow, but he's not escaping against his Nunu. There comes the snowball. Soa's actually got the last hit before he could. Really well played by Peke as well to get out of there, just using that living shadow to zip away, and now it's 5-2 for Fnatic. They are looking very strong, looking to try and go for 3-0 this weekend. Could it be the perfect weekend for them? We thought it may be for Gambit, but Lemon Dogs proved us otherwise. Oh, the wave is definitely not going to catch on towards them. They both step aside. It's one of the slowest moving, and with that Blood Boil, there was no way they're going to chase it up there. They are continuing to go towards Soaz. I'm not sure that's the right choice. He can just lightning surge away. Dances around the side. Is it going to be enough? Aaron Ayres going very deep for this one once again. He needs to try and sink it in. He does manage to get the Ignite down. Repels away, but look at this. White Knight's going to get caught. One more tower hit should be enough. Barrier just covers him up there. Peke throws out the shurikens. Not going to land it. He's going to continue chasing another one. He's going to have Living Shadow, but no, the Cocoon lands, and that stops him dead in his tracks. Still goes in. Aqua Prison comes out, gets one. Can he get a second? Oh, he stepped on a trap. He stepped on a trap, and that's Peke getting the kill and the assist, of course, going to Pushu, but Pushu's been taken in the top. It's a double kill in the top lane for Kerp.
Craziness all over the map here, and we've said it before, the Alternate really love this kind of play style where they are picking up kills here. The whole point is that they didn't lose them in the bottom lane as well, which unfortunately for them happened, and now Fnatic turn towards the Dragon. They've got a 5,000 lead already because of this objective control that they've had, and we are going to see Kerp coming in for this one. Cyanide surely can't mess this one up. He will actually get in there for the Dragon. He will die as part of the process, but he'll probably say worth it.
Yeah, they got the Dragon, so, well, I mean, once he shadow dashed across, he was pretty sure he was going to be dead, and Peke can just zip away from that one. So, let's take stock of the situation. It's a 5,000 gold lead for Fnatic. They are 4-0 open turrets. They've been continuing to push that top lane. They did take the inner turret, by the way, when them 2 kills came in. So, nevertheless, objective across the map have been working in Fnatic's favor, which is why they have that gold lead. They are 7-6 up in kills as well. Very much a much tighter control game for Fnatic compared to what it was in Moscow. And of course, if you remember rightly, Alternate had a big lead from the very first get-go. They had that, I think it was 3-1, 4-1, level 1 fight. Nothing of that sort happened in this match around, but it's still pretty crazy action. Peke and Soaz, they want the action. Meanwhile, we're seeing Pushu and Yellowstar. They're continuing to push on their own. They're back in the top lane. They're continuing to go for it.
And look at the CS difference there when you compare Kennen and Shen. 140 to 85 CS. Funnily enough, because of all Kerp's kills, he's only about 300 gold behind right now, and once we get to these team fights where Soaz is really going to start to excel, that little change could be different. Right now, if we look at Quinn versus Zed, Peke is a mile behind, but he's ahead in gold as well, currently sat at 213 in the kills. Between the AD carries, it's 6.7 thousand gold. And Soaz actually going to get caught out here. And White Knight going straight in there. There is the Absolute Zero cancelled out by the tidal wave coming in, and a bit of nothing happening there in that fight as the ultimates were cancelled out by each other. As Ace in the hole comes through as well. That was nicely blocked out by Kerp.
Yeah, Kraton was actually off to the side, hoping to gain there, and Soaz puts the damage down. Peke was also lingering. Peke continuing to split push, by the way. He's on this bottom inner turret. So while Fnatic are quite happy to take a little bit of a skirmish in this mid lane, they're starting to put the pressure on. They've got Jerry joining them in that bottom lane now. They're continuing. We have effectively Peke Cam. It's always been called that in the bottom lane there because he was always the man that was split pushing, and he's continuing. Look, he took that inner turret down to half health. They're pushing on the mid turret as well. The rest of Alternate, they're struggling to stop Fnatic in their tracks right now. This is what they do best.
This is what they do best, and it's often been said the best way to stop a split push is have a team that can split push yourselves, when they certainly have that in the form of Shen and Quinn, but can they actually get in there for the kills to actually split push? Can they get out of their inner circle, as it were, of these inner turrets? Right now, Fnatic are just poking away at Alternate as they stand by this middle inner turret. You can see Sona and Zed in the bottom left-hand side of your screen. They are just hanging around for that one, and that means that 2 men are down there from Alternate as well.
And because Yellowstar can just go off to the side, he can help out Peke because Cyanide is there. Cyanide on Nunu effectively as support as well, so he's not too worried about Pushu. Pushu's going to have that Blood Boil from Cyanide. He's better off being paired up with the jungler, so they have 2 fantastic split push lanes, and then they've got Kennen in the top lane who's just continuing to clear out the wave. So as, of course, a split pusher of his own, so effectively they're pushing all 3 lanes, and Alternate actually struggling to keep them back. This is almost similar, but they're diving on towards Kerp.
Yeah, there's a crescendo. That's going to just seal the kill for them here as that death mark is going to bring Kerp very, very low. Xpeke needs one more hit to finish him up, but the heal comes in from J-Ree, and now RNA are chasing them down. White Knight going to come flying around here as they lock down Xpeke, and they're going to get the kill onto him here as well. It is White Knight that secures that one, and RNA is still chasing here onto Yellow Star. Not going to be easy to get away from the Spider once that cocoon comes up, and Kerp, he wants a bit of the action from this one. Home guard sprints in, manages to lock him down. Yellow Star is a dead man, and that kill goes to Aranea.
Yeah, and also Cyanide and Pushu were coming down the river. They may get caught out here because Kerp has not given up yet. J-Ree comes around the side. They spotted him out with those wards, but they see them backing away. So Alternate doing a very good job at catching them out in those split push lanes. That is what they've got to do. But look at that at the top lane, though. Look what happened. Kraton's having to defend off minions on the inhibitor turret right now because Soaz continue to shove it all the way along that top lane while it's happening. Aranea, this could be the first turret of the game for Alternate. He might be able to get it. I'm not too sure. Soaz is going to get there. He's going to have to back away.
Yeah, I don't think he can stand. He's got 3 levels ahead of Aranea at this point as well, so just not in a position to really survive that one if Soaz went in. He's got a lot of AP already with that Nisilage Rodding. Good penetration as well, and he's going to get stunned up here in just a second. Soaz is going to land that one. Here comes the ultimate. Repel comes out, but he's not going anywhere. Xpeke comes in to finish the deal.
And that's the partnership that's always been strong for Fnatic. You get Peke and Soaz together, you need to run like hell because they are going to be coming to kill you. And sure enough, Aranea just stuck around too long. He's thinking, he's just watched Dexter having an awesome, immaculate game on Elise. And now he's thinking, I can do that, but he hasn't got the same build yet. He's only just got the Haunting Guys in there, hasn't got the Sorcerer's Boots either, so hasn't got the damage potential. By now, it's 21 minutes into the game. He hasn't really got enough to go for it. But Fnatic, they're continuing to drive on. They're going to go for Kerp.
They are going to get on Kerp, and he's the tanky man in this lineup. He has to be able to survive, and to be honest, he's got masses of AD attack damage coming out from Xpeke. He's got magic damage coming out from Soaz. You can't really defend against all of it. They managed to kill him right under the turret. Xpeke having to flash there. He'd taken too many turret hits, and there is the middle inner turret as well. So now it took them a good 5 minutes probably for Fnatic to do that, but they've managed to get it down, and it's not a race to win games. You've just got to do it.
Yeah, that's 2 inner turrets going down, all 3 of them actually, to be fair, because they took that top one down as well. Aranea coming back in. He's got to be careful. He caught with that 9 Excalibur net, does manage to get the cocoon in there. He's got Kraton backing him up, fighting for that blue buff. It's going to go to Kraton. We'll see how that works out, but honestly, Alternate just seem a little too slow to react to Fnatic there. Double split push that they've got going on of Soaz and Peke, this is always a problem. But the fact that they've got that mid lane combo as well of Cyanide matching with Pushu, I nearly went in a wrong direction there with his name. But nevertheless, they are going to push on towards the middle. Can they get a turret? No, they can't, because Fnatic are there to react. And look at the damage on Kraton. Half his health going down just with 2 little hits from Soaz.
And Soaz has got that Zhonya's Hourglass now finished, which is going to be even more of a problem when it comes to Alternate actually taking down a group of Fnatic players. Kerp here and Xpeke, that should be just a bit of face bashing and 2 ninjas here.
I believe this is what we saw at All-Stars going on in the cosplay.
Yeah, exactly.
It was Shed versus Zed.
I can't remember how that one actually ended.
Who wins out? Of course, it was Zed that betrayed Shen in the first place. But Peke, you're going the wrong direction. He's just like, I don't care about fighting you. I'm just going to keep pushing the top lane.
And this is another combo that they really fits this Fnatic combo really well. Wow, that's going to be a lot of damage coming down actually on towards Pushu. He's actually going to have to flash away with Kraton off towards the side. Shen actually going to get involved with this one. There's a crescendo coming out, but at the top side, Soaz is running his ulti. Pushu is dead. Kraton will take that red buff, and he's not finished now. He's still going in. Soaz has been locked up, finished off by J-Ree. White Knight's going to pop his ulti and say, not today, I'm out of here. And a double kill lands for Kraton. That's 3 down here for Fnatic.
Really well played there. They realized that Peke was still low. He'd used his ultimate in the top lane, and he just wasn't able to do it. Kerp went back, got on the fountain, got his home guards ready. Stan United, they went full aggression, worked out for them, got 3 kills off the back of that. Very well played. It's 9-11 in kills right now, and that's 6,000 gold difference. For the first time, the Alternate are going to take down their first turret. Are they starting to come into this game? They're starting to stretch advantages. Big wave on the bottom. Alternate going to swing straight down there and get the second turret. That's going to bring the gold a little bit more in their favor. So maybe they're not done and dusted just yet.
No, I don't think they are here either. I mean, they're just getting stronger at this point. This Shen starting to become not unkillable because we've already seen him die there, but you know, if Peke with a full combo can't take him out, then he should be decently safe when it comes to the rest of these fights. There is that second turret going down, by the way. It leaves us with 5,000 or 5,500 or 4,500. We'll get there in the end.
Maths is hard.
Maths is very, very hard for me, that's for sure. Jerry actually coming up to this top lane now. I'll see if they can lock Xpeke up with Aqua Prison. Top
low
turret. They're coming in. Yeah, the turret's too low. He can't stick around for that. Actually, Cretan going offensive there with the arcane shift. And in the end, they're going to have to back away because Nunu's trudging up the river.
Yeah, he's plodding his way up there. It's going to be the ultimate. He's going to catch on towards it. The deathmark is on Kraton, but he's covered off. Brilliant Aqua Prison from Jerry once again there. Kraton will get the arcane shift back available. Oh, but instead he's going to try and use his ultimate, True Shot Barrage, and just sets himself there for Peke to come in. But the rest of Alternate reacting to this one, Joe, they're going for it.
Soaz needs to pop his ultimate there and then drop that Zhonya's right now. He's actually backing away, which tells me Zhonya's still not off cooldown from that last encounter. And in the end, they just decide, you know what, let's not fight this one. It's Peke a double buffs on Pushu. He's pushing the middle lane out. I feel like we've said the word push about 4,000 times in these last 25 minutes, but he has done this fantastically well. He's forcing the entire alternate team now to actually come back. Nunu's going to give him that blood boil. This is an inhibitor turret down.
Yeah, he's really good at it. He's just managed to take it down again. No, he's left it.
Oh.
Why did you stop? Arena's going to get caught out, though. He tries to repel. Is it going to be enough? Oh, there's going to be slowed down. Peltover catches him out there. Pushu with another shot. The inhibitor turret did go down as well. So it's 11-11 in kills, but it's 7-3 in turrets. Fnatic with big advantages now over Alternate. Can they get their perfect score for this weekend?
It's still not a done deal in this one, but the way the plan is working for Fnatic right now, they get in these turrets slowly but surely. They're losing a few kills, which you're inevitably gonna lose if you're so focused on pushing, you know, in single units to do that split push. So as again, pushing up the bottom lane, forcing Shen to come down the bottom. And if we look down some of the items, because we've not done that for a while, Blade of the Ruin King, Last Whisper in there with Warden's Mail, and Brutalizer right now for Zed. On the other side, Quinn also got that Blade of the Ruin King. Going to be moving up towards the Infinity Edge here next. The AD carries, though, we already have Infinity Edge, Last Whisper, going to be a Bloodthirster next by the looks of it for Caitlyn. And on the other side, now most of that blue Ezreal coming into play for Cretan.
Yeah, and you touched on it earlier, the CS advantage has been growing in the top lane between Soaz and Kerp. It's still there, 213 to 141 now. Soaz continuing to just farm massively for Fnatic. Every chance he gets, he's completely clearing those waves out. We do see down the bottom, Kerp is a long way out, and Peke is actually going to go aggressive for this one. He still fancies a bit of this, and we can see the fact that also coming down the bottom lane, they're coming down the river, he's going to join him. He's going to use Stun United, goes to the top. Thank you very much, I'm safe.
Yeah, straight away out of there. And that's the sad thing from Xpeke. Not got anything to interrupt that one. Stop that Stan United actually coming in. Look at this though. Cyanide right now trying to take away this blue buff, and he's not going to try. He's going to be Nunu, and he's going to take that away. Actually using his smite there in the end just to finish that one off. Another little bit of a bonus for Fnatic.
So, in terms of gold, they're keeping that lead. It is only 6,000. It was building to be much bigger, so Alternate managing to just drag themselves screaming and kicking into this one, closing in towards the 30-minute gap. We did have a very fast game a moment ago. This is the 4th game of the day. Still 2 more to come. Remember, it is a 6-game day. And it is really starting to set the standings aside right now as Alternate still top of the board. 8-3 right now. Can they go 9-3? Well, I believe they may be 9-3 already. Can they go 10-3? I think they are 9-3 because they won the game this morning. They may be right. Yes, they are. Can they go 10-3? That is the question. Or will they fall behind? Gambit 8-5 right now as well in the league. So it is still very, very tight between really everyone in the league, despite the fact it is SK Gaming down the bottom there, 4-9, I believe, right now. They're still nowhere near out of this one. It's still very much all up for grabs with 5 game weeks to go. Overall, it's going to be the same amount of matches played throughout the season. It's looking like it's going to be a first dragon of the game for Alternate here.
They are hanging around for that one, and they will be able to take this. No one from Fnatic going to get remotely close to that one at this stage of the game. It's easy pickings, that dragon. Fnatic now just setting themselves up where they'll inevitably, I guess, head off into a lane apiece and start that whole split push machine going through once again and see what they can come out with at the end of the day. And it's going to be Expected going down to bottom. He's just going to force that one up there. I mean, there's nothing outside of the base walls right now here for Alternate, and with that considered, they're actually doing well in terms of keeping a grasp on the map. They're not, you know, sitting back on their base. They're not sitting on the steps and hoping that Fnatic don't take a Baron or take away their vision so that they're forced to come out. They're keeping a fairly forward line here to make sure that they don't give up map control.
Yeah, they've cleared all the waves up to around about the mid lane and just happily backed away again. They've got good ward placement around their jungle, so they're not going to get caught by surprise by these split pushes. We do see Peke in that bottom wave, so he's going to have to be dealt with. It's actually going to be Kraton once again that goes down there, so they're feeling that he is in a position to actually fend off and clear those waves quick enough. Needs the farm as well, and he's probably looking like a Guardian Angel maybe coming out fourth item, sorry, for Kraton. Yellow Star just with that Oracle clearing out the wards, all been put around that Baron. I would be surprised to see Fnatic going for the Baron in a few moments. I think they're going to keep that split push momentum going.
Yeah, and we've not really seen a full-on team fight that's, you know, been fought to the death here.
I know nothing.
Well, Fnatic are going to start off. I'm not sure if they're going to hang around to finish this thing right now, as we do see the repel coming out there, and that will force Cyanide to back off somewhat. He goes back in, has another chomp on it with the consume.
Heavy there.
Yeah, he's losing a lot of health from that one right now, and Alternate will be happy with the fact that, you know, Cyanide is fairly low, as we are going to see Crescendo coming down. That's a dead Aranea, and Soaz gets himself forward. We see the ace in the hole coming through on towards Creaton. The Nami wave comes out. Soaz is going to use his Zonya's Hourglass here. That's a great Rune Prison. White Knight is right in the middle of him as well. It doesn't need to be right in there, though. He's going to be dropped from this one. Jerry is going to try his best to juke away with that flash. Kirp is somehow escaping as well here off to the bottom side. I'm not sure really why Fnatic are chasing rather than pushing in to take that inhibitor. But at the same time, this could be a genius move, because Soaz, if he can keep Kirp alive here, he stops him getting back to defend. Jerry will get back from this one, but Soaz is just going to auto-attack him so that if he dies to a turret, he gets the kill from it anyway.
Yeah, he's not too worried about it. He's not going to get the kill.
But it doesn't matter.
But that's the inhibitor going down, but absolute brilliant play by Peke there. So they went around, they managed to use the standing area, they shadow dashed across, caught 3 members. Actually, I think one of them, Soaz, was in his Zonya's Hourglass, so he wasn't really caught out. But nevertheless, Kraton and White Knight were starting at the back like, yeah, okay, we can sit back as artillery. Oh, holy hell. Zed's come around, Peke comes around, and absolutely massacred them at the back. So they just had to turn around to deal with him. So while the tanks had gone in to try and take the front load, they just got slaughtered as well. So very well played by Fnatic, very tactically astute play, and Peke doing what you have to do on Zed, just getting in there and absolutely destroying the AD carries.
Yeah, that's the hard thing to really manage about him, because you do lose sight of him for that split second until you realize, he's going for Ezreal, which you probably expect to happen anyway with that Zed coming in. Quinn obviously was right in the middle of the fight while that was all happening as well, which is probably not the position that White Knight wanted, looking back on how it went for him. Let's have a look down some of the items coming in. He does now have that Infinity Edge, does Quinn, and has also got that Zeal being picked up in there as well. See if he goes Phantom Dancer or off towards a Shiv, which might help them when it comes to, you know, trying to split push. I'm not sure that they're going to get to a stage where they can really do that successfully, being in the position that they are right now. We got the Black Cleaver actually finished on Zed as well.
I think I saw some 1,400 crits coming out from Pushu there, so
yes,
he is doing some serious damage. Once he gets that Phantom Dancer, or we could go for the Static Shivers. Either way, I would expect a Phantom Dancer to come out from Pushu next. And, well, he is going to be doing a lot of damage, that's for sure. And Peke is going to steal away the blue buff, and Fnatic starting to take away all the objectives. Oh, Aranea, you are out of position, son. He's going to try and repel, but I'm not too sure he's going to get away with it. Yes, he will. The Ice Blast catches on, but just like that, shimmies away and straddles into the corner. He's going to be Peke chased upon, but he's a slippery sucker. You can't catch him down. And Aranea went back in there. Ace in the hole comes out, Ice Blast. Now he's going to get stunned up. This time he will go down, trying to make something of nothing, and it wasn't there to be had in the first place. Fnatic picked themselves up an easy kill.
Yellow Star's going forward here. He wants a Crescendo. Actually, Ezreal did Arcane Shift over the wall. Peke is actually pushing this top wave through. They could have the top inhibitor turret here if Alternate aren't careful about things. They've got they've got Kirp actually pushing the bottom lane out right now, but Fnatic, they're going to tank this turret up as much as they can here to get that one started. Blood Boil on Pushu, that turret going to be shredded down, and that will be the second inhibitor of the game going down here.
Yeah, easy stuff for Fnatic here. Once they caught RNA, they knew that really a 4v5 was never going to get defended, and Fnatic just push on through. So that's the second inhib down now. The middle one will be respawning shortly, but Soaz is going to go in and slicing Maelstrom, catching on towards White Knight. There's going to be a Stand United coming out, but immediately followed by a crescendo. It has going to be Soaz going down. Is it going to be enough, though? Peke taken very low as well. Alternate have just about defended this one. The fact that they lost the members managed to keep Fnatic back for now, but it's only a matter of time, I feel.
Look how many wards Fnatic have got down in the jungle right now. They can literally see everything that's going on in there. It's pretty crazy stuff, and there's not much the alternate can do about that apart from send Jerry out and hope that they don't get caught in, you know, a nasty position like this right here. Peke waiting in and actually just throws out the shadow. Not quite doing it. Alternate are going for a desperation Baron here. The funny thing is about this though, it might actually go decently for them as Peke going to explode Creatine. That's a lot of their damage now gone down. Nunu's coming in from the side. Pushu's going to get the blood boil, and they might decide to just go straight up the middle with this one or lock them down as Peke comes in from the side. Actually didn't connect there. Well, they're still going to go in. RNA is actually going to come dropping down on top of the goal. Back to the safety of his team, but Peke's not done just yet. He's still coming in from the side. Bit of damage on towards Jerry. Nunu is now up there with him, but look at Pushu. He's going straight through this middle lane. He's going towards those Nexus turrets.
He's got super minions with him as well, so he's going to wipe out that wave. He's going to get on there. The rest of Alternate finally have managed to get their position place, but as soon as that Blood Boil gets on him, you can see already working down that Nexus turret, putting damage on towards RNA, forces him back, puts the trap down. Kerp comes out with the home guard boots, but it's not going to be really enough. White Knight comes out. He's sent straight back in towards the fountain, and Fnatic starting to take a half the hit points off that bottom Nexus turret already. They're working it down. They're going to have another wave of super minions coming in. Top Nexus turret goes down, middle to the bottom Nexus turret goes down. They're on towards the Nexus. Fnatic should be able to close this one out. White Knight goes aggressive. Has he got enough to get the kill? Yes, he has, but he turns straight back around. Creaton's going to get taken very low. RNA is going to come in. They're doing everything they can to stop them, but the super minions are on there. Pushu is on towards the Nexus. He's just taking it down off the top of the screen. You can't see it, but he's working it down nevertheless. He's managed to get the Nexus down.